Hyacine and Cypher were both just drip marketed, and castorice and anaxa are releasing. There's a lot of news that came from the livestream, but I'll only be tackling the new releases of units in this video. As usual, there's chapters for this video, so you can skip to the part that you want to hear most. Castorice is a Quantum Remembrance character that has a gigantic dragon memosprite. She drains her own team's HP and deals immense amounts of blast damage. Oddly enough, she doesn't seem to synergize well with Sunday, but she performs well with Remembrance, MC, and Tribbie. Pullers beware, however, that she drains your team HP quite frequently, so you'll also have to bring a Premius Abundance with you alongside her. From the current damage calculations, it seems that she's going to be a strong unit. Of course, she's the dedicated Hoyoverse waifu shill for the anniversary, so it's to be expected. From Acheron to Castorice, it is what it is. Castorice's signature light cone, Make Farewells More Beautiful, increases the wearer's HP and gives the user Death Ignore if they get damaged during their own turn. I suppose they really want to lock this signature to Castorice with her HP drain, and don't want a repeat of Jingliu's light cone. Her signature is better than her E1. However, if you have enough pulls, her E2 is better than pulling her E1 S1. For the reruns, we've got Fugue, Jiaoqiu, and Acheron. Fugue is a Fire Nihility character that focuses on increasing weakness break efficiency and break effect. We are obtaining a free Ruan Mei or Lotcha in the upcoming patches, so I think most accounts won't have a use for Fugue at all. The only time I could see that happening is if you are running 2 break teams in one stage. Firefly prefers Ruan Mei anyway, and Bootil and Rappa perform decently enough. I do not recommend pulling for Fugue. Jiaoqiu is another Fire Nihility character that applies dots and vulnerabilities. The sad truth behind Jiaoqiu is that he's niche and is up to par with Black Swan and dot teams. However, dot teams are currently in the gutter due to Kafka being weak in the current meta. Jiaoqiu's vulnerability application and personal damage is nowhere near Tribbie's. The only team he fits in is in Acheron's team composition, and that's about it. Acheron is a Lightning Nihility character that's the capstone for debuffers. I think she's still a decently strong unit in the current meta, but she does require you to pull for more Nihility units, and she's highly reliant on her signature Light Cone. A very steep entry cost, and you might find better payouts in more recent unit releases. For the 4 stars, we've got Pela, who's a solid Nihility unit for Acheron, Gallagher, who is a solid sustainer, and Lynx is mid. For the light cones, we've got Goodnight and Sleep Well, which is a great dot cone that's a little out of place in this banner, Post-Op Conversation, which is a decent abundance cone, and Boundless Choreo, which is a bad side grade for Acheron. Overall, this lineup is fine. If you're enjoying the content so far, please consider subscribing. I have maybe 6 tutorial videos left in my tank, and I make in-depth analyses of characters and general game design philosophy. With that said, please enjoy the rest of the video. Right after Castorice is Anaxa. He's a Wind Erudition unit that can implant all 7 weaknesses and also stuns enemies on his ultimate. Eat your heart out, Silverwolf and Welt, as Anaxa's killed 2 Nihility units in one shot. He deals both bounce and AoE damage, and he's mainly built to be the Herta's SP positive sub DPS. But he can also hold his own as a hyper carry. I really like Anaxa's character design and kit, but in reality, he's just a Nihility unit pretending to be an Erudition unit so that he can fulfill the Herta's Erudition requirement. He can implant weaknesses, shred death through his E1, and applies rest shred on his E2, and actually deals respectable damage, unlike Silverwolf and Welt. I have no doubts that he will be solid for the Herta players, and anyone who wants to brute force content through his implants. I'm fairly certain that the Quantum set is going to be his best set. His signature light cone, Life Should Be Cast of Flames, helps his personal energy regen and damage percent, as well as giving him more death shred. Oh man, Silverwolf would love this light cone, but she can't use it since this is an Erudition cone. Oh well. If you're looking to invest in Anaxa, I'd recommend getting a signature first, then you can pull Eidolons if you feel like it. Dr. Ratio is rerunning alongside Anaxa, and he's an imaginary hunt character who relies on 3 debuffs to deal damage. I think his damage is still respectable in the current meta, but he needs a little more investment to make him work. He's tied down to the fact that he kinda wants Nihility characters, and Fei Xiao usually brute forces better with the same teammates. The 4 stars for this banner are Dun Hung, Serval, who's been mauling through these last couple of pure fiction stages, and conveniently Moza, who's great with Dr. Ratio. The light cones are Trend of the Universal Market, which is a decent preservation cone, After the Charmony Fall, which is a useless erudition cone, and the Moles Welcome You, which is a useless destruction cone. Hyoscene and Cypher were drip marketed, and Hyoscene I'm nearly 100% sure is an abundance unit that's probably meant to be Castorice's dedicated healer. She has a memosprite, so I guess her healing is going to be both potent and frequent. Cypher, on the other hand, is a quantum nihility unit that's kind of sending my alarms all over the place. The first thought I had was, Cypher! Save me! But I doubt they're going to release the dedicated mono quantum carry this late into the game. If she is though, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to shift my plans from Saber immediately onto Cypher. I've been hearing that she could be a dot amplifier with a special quantum dot. Not sure. But the most compelling one that I've heard, however, is that she's a crit sub DPS unit that has some follow-up attacks and that she relies on her teammates for her rotation. Things are a little confusing at the Divination Commission to say the least, and those are just some of the things I've heard during my break time. State of the game. The state of the game is screwed. I didn't make a pull plan in 3.1 because I was just so appalled at Tribbie's design. My last upload was about how harmonies ruined the game, and I knew that Tribbie was going to be strong. However, I didn't expect Tribbie to not only be a busted harmony unit, but she also treaded on the stats that nihilities are supposed to get, which are 24% respen and 30% vulnerability. Not only that, but the fact that she attacks so frequently and deals respectable damage is another thing that nihilities are supposed to be good at. Most harmonies just buff their carry and don't get to attack often, which makes them easily countered by enemy units like Aventurine. I think with the release of Castorice and the existence of Remembrance units, the paths will certainly be muddled further. Supports with respen, deathred, and vulnerability will pop up anywhere the devs want them to, especially on non-nihility units. You'll see healers, debuffs, and buffers in all sorts of paths that they're not supposed to be in. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. Now for the important announcements. They are giving away a selector for Ruin Mayor Locha, which is funny to me. Do you want a sustainer whose ultimate doesn't work because we don't design consumable buffs? Or do you want our band-aid solution to our trashy break system? Both Ruin Main and Locha are permanently going to be available in the shop, but you can only buy them with a special currency that can only be obtained if you get an Eidolon of an E6 5-star character. Yes, you've heard that right. An E6 5-star character. I hear they're also planning to release more characters into this pool, which I assume are going to be characters who can fundamentally change how the game works. They also said that we're getting one more limited unit for free, which I assume will be 5-star Archer. Giving away units is nice, but it's not going to solve any of the power creep problems that Star Rail fundamentally has, especially with the release of global passives. Next up, you can now include Sela, Blade, Huxuan into the pool of characters that you can lose your 50-50 to. So get acquainted with them because we're all going to be losing to them soon. The rest of the announcements are just shitty microtransactions and credit card buffs, and the rewards for the actual anniversary is just your usual tentpole. Call me ungrateful, but I'd rather have a promise from the devs to keep the balance in check rather than free characters and more pulls. They say that Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jingliu are getting buffed, but they're really teasing us and refuse to release any information until 3.4. Which is really sad since I'm dropping this game the moment I'm finished with the Fate collab. Unless of course they manage to fix my nitpicks on Star Rail's balance until then. But that's it for me, my name is Kyte, and leave a comment on your pull plans and I'll offer some more account specific insight. See ya, peace.